Yo, welcome in. By the way, I've been having some mic issues the last couple of times. So if you can hear me, one or two people just say, yes, you can hear me. That'd be great. My apologies. I don't know what's going on with it, and I don't know if I should just, buy a new mic or whatever, so. Chills might impossible, Doom says. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, everyone saying it's working. Good, good, good. What the heck? Interesting. For some reason, all the names on my end all changed to... Oh, wait. It looks like that way in the YouTube chat, too. Do you guys see where it all says, instead of just the person's name, it says, like, they're... Not the username they picked, but the username they, like, signed up for? Like, instead of saying just Casey Killa, it says Casey Killa 08. That's weird. Why would it just change? But, Luke, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Appreciate ya. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Why is there no notification coming through? What is going on with that? Let me see, make sure we got everything here. We got this, we got that. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like that makes it worse. It's harder for me to read the names real quick with these and all these numbers after it and stuff. Thanks a lot, YouTube. There it is. Thank you so much for the super chat. I like how the AI read it nice and loud, though. By the way, I changed nothing with the volume. But this stream, for some reason... Oh, wait, no, that's a different one. The YouTube one didn't come through. That's Wicked Ball here, the absolute legend. Thank you for the 21 months of Tier 1 sub. Ooh, yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know why it's like at. It's like the at and then like has the people's actual name they signed up as instead of their username. It's so weird. I don't know what is YouTube doing here? God. Alpaca, thank you so much, Alpaca Runner. Thank you so much for the 6 months of Twitch Prime sub. Ooh. What is Cold Plains? I mean, I could hammer some terrorized Cold Plains. I didn't really think about it, but Chaos Terrorize, you found a facet. Congrats on that one. Ooh. Yeah, we could hit some stuff. I was seeing if just whatchamacallit was around here. Bishibosh. I don't remember where it's at. Sunday right off the bat. Not that great. Darren got a single player Malrune. Appreciate you. Thanks everyone who shouted out that my mic was working okay. Still unsure what was ever going on with it. Like it only pops up and says there's something wrong with it when I go to go live. And yeah. And I just randomly hit buttons and it just magically starts working. So weird. Walking day. Yeah. Didn't go to the gym today again, so probably figure get some steps in, do something. I did go for a little walk this morning just to kind of get moving a little bit. Had to make a bunch of phone calls today to get some different things set up, and hadn't been feeling very good, to be perfectly honest. Is kind of why I hadn't been going to the gym, but hopefully soon enough I'll be feeling all better. And I thought, where's Bishy at? Where's my guy at? Where's my legend at? Hit that like button, says Josh. Appreciate you. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what your guys' actual names are. YouTube has, for some reason, maybe there's a glitch on YouTube or something, but it's showing everybody's, like, real names and stuff instead of their usernames. And I have no idea what's going on, to be perfectly honest. So, I'm just going to call people out by a short, whatever their real name is, but the shortened version, pretty much. So, me, what's going on? What are we playing today, brother? D2R. But just hitting whatever I feel like, either Terra Zones or whatever. I'm looking for where Cold Plains is, where Bishibosh is, right? Why did I not see him? Why did I not see the Bishibosh pack? It must have been over here, but I just didn't see it. It must have been this pack right here, but I just didn't see him. Maybe right there. I killed him so fast. Let's try a new run, huh? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, man. Is this the first time have other people? Oh, well, yeah, Deadeye Survivor, that's his real name. What's going on? But it's like whatever name that people originally signed up YouTube for instead of like their username, I think. I don't, it's weird. Luke! Yo! Thank you for the $20 super chat! What a legend, appreciate you.
Luke Hutchin donated $19.99 through super chat. Everyone jump in.
Appreciate you. Yeah, Bish was right here. Maybe we'll just do some Bish hit. I'll just hit the Bish, you know what I'm saying? I can kind of hit the whole area, maybe. Maybe my music's just a lot cooler down. Appreciate once again everyone who come in supporting the channel already. Between Wicked Ball and Alpaca, we got Luke up here and Luke again. Oh, same Luke. I thought it was a different Luke. I got confused there. Appreciate you, Luke, for a couple super chats. What a legend. Josh is hurting today. Sorry to hear that. Let me get my water real quick. Never like that. Us old people, am I right? So Biv says this is not the first time he's seen this. Okay. So you've seen it before, Biv, or anybody else? Did it just like magically go away the next time somebody streamed? It's just some YouTube glitch thing? Optimus, you didn't miss the Tyreals might yet. You just made it in time. Brad, yo! Oh, okay. A couple runes got me excited, but unfortunately. Thank you so much, Brad, for 43 months of Flayership. Oh boy. You know what that reminds me of? Something I forgot to do again. Great. Love G-Stacks. Hope to see him, but I also hope he doesn't hop into the stream. He's about to yell at me again. Dang it! I gotta get the next channel badge done here. I keep forgetting. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I'm gonna have some time waiting around for somebody to show up at my house. So maybe I'll get it done then. I could have done it today, but I'm an idiot. Unfortunately. Doesn't it suck being an idiot? Being a lazy bum idiot. Antero said your whole neighborhood almost burned down. Are you, wait, Anoteris? Are you near those, like, do you live in the United States by those wildfires, like in the, out west? Like, the easterly part of the west? Like Colorado, northern Arizona type stuff, or what? Yeah, hopefully I don't get you. I heard they're going pretty crazy around them parts with the fires are going crazy, I'm saying. Yeah, I should make sure I grab, well, definitely that, but any rejuves around here? Would I do a hardcore level to level 99? Would I? It's not out of the question, but I doubt it because I hate hardcore. So it's like one of those things like, would you ever do something you wouldn't like doing? You know what I mean? But I don't want to say like never, because then what if I think it'd be funny to do or something, or you know? But no, it doesn't interest me in any way now. Hamdan, welcome in. Tamash, what's going on? Holy bolt damage, a lot of, so the foe, you can see the numbers right there if you want to look real quick. 39 and 51, and then this one is 82 on the high end for the Holy Bolt. So it's okay. I got a ton of plus skills. So what is this at? Level 45? I feel like that's pretty high, right? That's pretty high. Oh, there was boots right there. I should ID'd. I hit the button too fast. Yeah, Foe is pretty cool, Casey. Foe is pretty cool. Sunil, welcome in. Sorry, I missed there, right? So, Brad, is that... Yeah, I see they're showing the handle instead of the channel name or whatever. I hope this is not a permanent thing. I hope this is some glitch for a day, because this is incredibly annoying for me to try to read the comments. It's very difficult, actually. It changes like everything. I can't even like read it, to be honest. It's so hard for me to read chat right now. I really hope this is not a permanent thing. Hopefully it's an accident and it's changed next time or something. So Brad, it looks like you're copying and pasting pretty much like what YouTube is saying it is, though. But I really hope this is not true. There has been something they did, some things here and there they did in the past that they reversed like super fast because it was so bad. I really hope this is one of the things. I pretty much can't. I can barely read the chat the way it is right now. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, there's so many numbers and stuff mixed in with the letters and things like that, that it's like hard for me to read. Hamdan said, followed my advice, got a Surun on the 50th run. Nice. Legend. K4, what is going on? Let's see. Castle Fear, I guess is the 4 is an A. Welcome in, yeah, Treadmill Life. You're on the stationary bike. Hey, you know, might as well. You guys don't mind me getting burning some calories, right? Couple cals here and there, never hurt nobody to burn. In modern society, anyways. A little warm. Actually, I need to turn my fan on real quick. Okay. It's not going very fast either. I had said super slow, just walking. Got you. So Darren pops in there. He says that's like the Google AI thing. Boy, God. I hope this is not true. Like, or AI is always wrong, so I'm hoping that's what it is. Or I'm hoping that they instantly go, oh my gosh, this was a terrible idea. Just absolutely terrible. After this stream, I'm gonna Google it as well. I'm assuming you guys aren't lying. And if it's true, I'm definitely like just blasting YouTube any way that I can with any messages or anything, attacking them for doing this. This is terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Boy, this is so bad for the YouTube chat. Oh, G-Stacks, welcome in, welcome in. Ever been able to... Wait, have you ever been able to do Ubers with a sorceress? Have I ever been able to do... I've never even tried because I don't really care to. I don't need that. Ooh. Lightning, Chain Lightning, Frozen Orb. Interesting. Only one skill, though. If it had two, I might make an argument for why it would be... It's kind of interesting. Like, maybe you can make an argument to use it just for the cool aspect of using a rare item, but I think with that right there, probably not quite. Yeah, I see it, Biv. You can go in and you can change it, actually. But didn't that... I'm pretty sure that's what people already had to do before. Why do you have to change it again? I don't know. It's just so stupid. There's these R&D people that work for YouTube probably, and this is how the big companies... You guys have heard of the shitification of the internet? It's because there are these web developers that have to justify their jobs and constantly redo everything, even if it isn't broken. And I think that's what this handle BS is, to be perfectly honest. I really don't need to decipher through @ symbols over and over again to try to read people's names. It's terribly bad. John Simo wants the AC in Texas. Make it cool. Pretty warm here in Michigan, too, actually. I do have the AC on, and if I stop moving, I'm going to be literally cold. But because I'm moving and talking a bunch, I'm not getting cold. I'm the opposite of cold, in fact. I'll stop into a few packs along the way if there's, you know, demon stuff. Unfortunately, these guys are not demons, as you guys are aware. Boost the devil. True. I mean, true. It kind of is, to be honest, but kind of awesome, too. Yeah, G-Stack says 5 months, no alcohol. Pretty impressive, G-Stacks. Hope you're feeling great and everything. Alcohol really is bad for you, so. Really is bad for you. Physical health, for sure. Who's ready for fantasy football, says Josh. I'm pretty ready. Pretty ready. Man, I was saying I wanted to do a fantasy football league and stuff, but I really just started to not really want to put in the effort to set it up, I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, I forgot my mercenaries naked right now. How about that? I don't know, I gotta talk myself into putting in the time to do it, I guess. The worst part is gonna be like setting it up and then getting money from people. Foes more about clearing, hammers, high damage, yeah. Yeah, they're both are real good, so nothing wrong with that. Favorite class to play? Gotta be Sorceress. Gotta be. I mean, Sorceress is just so nasty. Let me go get the actual gear for this character, huh? Biff, appreciate you. But then the people that I end up playing with, they're gonna know all my strats, so you're spoiling it for me. So if anybody is interested, I'll just shout it out. Biff put the link there on YouTube. I started making just kind of for fun. They're not like heavily edited, super high production value type of videos. It's more just me talking about my opinions and why I have set opinions on different topics in fantasy football. So if you're into fantasy football and you're, well, most of the people that watch D2 that aren't American probably don't play fantasy football, but some maybe. But if you're into fantasy football, American football, check out that link that Biff put in there for my fantasy football channel. Then I'm, like I said, I'm kind of just doing it for fun and hopefully I get some views. Obviously, no one wants to make YouTube videos and have nobody watch them. So, hopefully some of y'all subscribe up and watch them and enjoy it.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Cube these up. Speaking of these, I'm gonna get you guys all hyped up. Expect that video tomorrow. Lehel Bodner. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Probably not. My apologies, but congrats on that. It says Orctus first Griffins. Oh no, I lost it. I can't find the comment now. My apologies. But Griffins and a few other things. Congrats on that stuff. Go through clear here. Let me double check actually. Is this on 7 or is this? It is 7, okay. Good. Gotta Zod the Ethereal Death Cleaver. The unfortunate thing, and why I would do that, but I'm not going to, that Death Cleaver is almost anti-perfect. So I don't really want to Zod an anti-perfect, Death Cleaver, so. What am I going to do with that Zod? I'm probably going to make a Breath of the Dying here at some point. I haven't made a Breath of the Dying on single player yet. 197. Thanks a lot. Waste of defense there, I'll tell you what. I actually have 2 Zods on single player now, so. Ooh, Glibber said he had to stop drinking altogether because of a liver issue. He said it's all gone now, though. Hopefully you're doing all better from that. So, John, when you say convince yourself to do more weed eating, are you talking about like clearing like brush in your yard, or are you talking about like brownies? I can't tell. I could get either comment in my chat, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, John, not good ED and such. Yeah, it's the Ethereal Death Cleaver I got is quite literally anti-perfect on the enhanced damage. So, quite literally. $200 FCR Obsession, yeah. Well, the Obsession is... I would make one eventually with, having the 2 Zods. But finding the base for the rune word is, like, impossible. Like, I don't want to make it in a base that's, like, 2 to Frozen Orb or something, like... It's so hard to get a reasonable base. That's the hardest part. This is better than hammers? It depends on your definition of better. Hammers can kill so I did a video about this. Feel free to go back on my channel, check it out. Anyways, for players 7 chaos, hammers is faster. For players 1 and 3, which on single player I'd kind of only recommend ever doing 1, 3, or 7, just because of the way the amount of drop rates or the no drop chance or whatever, whichever way you want to word it is. On 1 and 3, foe is faster because you can clear mobs with the AoE on this better. But on player 7, at my ability and how I play, hammers was a little bit faster than foe still, even with like perfect gear on each build. So right here is P7, so it's not quite, in my opinion, this foe isn't quite as fast as hammers at this, but I don't know, I don't always just play builds because they're like the quote-unquote fastest, right? Oh, my oop. Oh, haha, I had the wrong weapon out the whole time. How about that? You can kind of use either one depending on how you guys set up. I don't have mine set up with max conviction, so foe might be faster depending on how you do it. But Wispy, I've been doing YouTube full time for about 5 years now. So yes, I guess so. I kind of consider myself a like full part-time creator because I'm kind of like a full-time stay-at-home dad too. So. Fred, welcome in. John said he didn't see the cleaver. I'll show it to you. Yeah, Alex, Ethereal Warpike is what I'm thinking, just for the most variety. A bit. Oh, I don't have it in here. Well, anyways, just Google Death Cleaver, and then when it looks at the lower end of the range, the lowest end, that's what mine is. The damages are 8,200 on the regular foe, level 45. Or on the regular blessed, what the, Holy Bolt. I can never remember the names. Holy Bolt. I don't know. But then anyways, 51 and 39 here for these if you see those, so. Appreciate you, Happy. Clearing brush, says John. Yeah. It is hot. There's no doubt about that. Even, I don't know where everyone is at in the world or country, and, you know, I'm in Michigan, which is generally not known as the hottest place in the world. But it's even really, really hot here, so. Like, it's supposed to be almost 100 today, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe mid-90s, but Michigan's, like, kind of a humid area, apparently. I didn't realize until I had went to a few areas on vacation that weren't humid. I was like, oh. Interesting. Ever been to BlizzCon? I have not. Swish says I'm a full-time legend. Ooh, appreciate you for the kind words. Never been to BlizzCon, no, though. Like, I've never been contacted by Blizzard to, like, go and, like, do this or that or whatever, and, I could never, like, pay the money to fly all the way out to California or whatever from Michigan. From Michigan to California is probably, like, a $2,000 plane ticket, so. You know, I'm not doing that to go to, like, a video game convention, you know. Just personally, I'm not doing that. Raced, welcome in. Optimus says likes foe for farm and bale. It's not too bad, yeah. All the waves are demons, so you're good to rock there. I'm not a big fan of farm and bale personally, but that's just a personal preference, so. Best way to farm Hell Bale to gear up a Pally or Novasork? Which one? To farm Hell Bale to gear up. I would not farm Hell Bale to gear up. If I read that correctly. I would not recommend gearing up farming Hell Bale. The waves seem to have like they hardly ever drop anything, it seems. The Bale waves, they get a ton of experience, of course. They're great for that. I would rather do pits, chaos, anything like that rather than do Bale waves for gearing up. But to quote unquote gear up, it depends what level you're at. If you're super low level, I'm not super low level gear, but if you need things like Shaco, you know, all that kind of level of stuff, mid-tier and under, and Dariel, if you need some higher stuff, Arachnid's Mesh, and Dariel's Visage, stuff like that, Mephisto can drop that kind of stuff. So definitely do those first, and then move on to like Chaos Pits and stuff like that, or cycle between the different things, you know, whichever way you prefer, so. Thought Hell Bale was best for loot. Yeah, no, so actually the best stuff for loot isn't... Bale takes too long to get to actually... He can drop anything in the game, but he takes too long to actually quote-unquote get to Bale to get the best gear. So realistically, Andariel and Mephisto are going to be much better options if you want to farm a boss like that. But the crazy thing is too is actually Diablo can't even drop every unique in the game. Like Diablo, he can't even drop Griffin's Eye. I think is what it is. I think we remember looking it up. The regular champions in the Chaos Sanctuary. Trying to find one actually. Any around here? No. I killed everything else. So, actually, like a unique monster in the pits could drop everything in the game, including Tyreals Might, Griffin's Eye, D-Web. But the seal bosses and Diablo in the Chaos Sanctuary here even can't drop all the uniques in the game. It's kind of a weird, just the way the game's made with the item levels and the treasure class drops and stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, and I only half understand it. So, but yeah, I guess long story short, I should have said it shorter in the beginning. Andariel and Mephisto, and then look up what an 85 area is and do your favorite 85 area, whether it's pits, chaos, stony tombs, ancient tunnels. You know, there's a lot of different options for 85 areas. Where are we at here? Blizzard buff normal Diablo. Honestly, Diablo should be able to drop every item in the game. It's not like a hill I'm dying on or something, but it literally, he's the name of the game. He can't even drop Griffin's Eye. Come on. You can find Griffin's Eye from Thresh Shock in Act 5. Not from Diablo, though. So weird. Jaeger said played 15 to 18 years ago, but forgot. No, I get you, yeah. Oh, always a hype one. It's not ethereal either, I can tell already. It's never not hype to find a Shaco. Shaco's always fire. That's me for the video later. We'll cut that part out. But anyways, 131, not a bad roll. Love a Shaco. Love a Shaco. Love it. Shaco! Here's the painful part about offline single player. This is probably my 80th Shaco now on single player. So, yeah. It's painful, I know. Just seeing it is painful, but it's offline single player. Can't keep it. I have like 90 of them, so. So I try to catch back up here, so. Optimus saying just farm Bale only if you need the essences for respec. Kinda, sorta, yeah. Kinda, sorta. The Ham Dance got a Mephisto Shaco. 2 more of them. They don't hit the same. That's funny you said that after I just found this one. Or, I mean, before I just found this one, I mean. I was kind of going back trying to catch up on some comments. I like to try to read as many as I can. Make sure I get to y'all. You didn't type them in there to just get ignored, right? I try to catch as many as I can, but I'm not perfect. I do want to shout that out. Yeah, Josh saying Diablo was the end boss and couldn't even drop everything originally. Yeah, very weird design choice, right? Very weird. Yeah, I'm on a treadmill right now, just walking, burn a couple calories. Not doing some hardcore cardio, but, you know, just burning a couple extra calories here and there. Still being able to answer. Bill isn't perfect, I know, right? Shocking. I just throw that out there. Sound it out. Yeah, Shaco's lower than Charcy. I wouldn't even bother taking it to her. Eli, appreciate you. Shaco Iron Golems. I don't think... I don't know how in-depth they make... But I don't think you can make an Iron Golem out of a Shaco. Maybe you could. Because a Shaco isn't metal at all. So I feel like they would have designed into the game. Like you cannot make an Iron Golem out of bows because bows are made of wood. Right? So I would think they would have done the same with the Shaco, the Harlequin's Crest, but... I don't really know for sure. Maybe they just did it by item type. Like bows and crossbows, nope. Helmets, yes. You know what I'm saying? I've never tried. Jaeger saying drop 10 Shakos in a public game. I've done stuff like that before. There was one time I hopped onto a trade site, and it was one time when I found a Burroon on like the second day of ladder, and then like a week later, so it was like a weekend into ladder, someone was trading like all these Shakos for like much less than what I had, and I was like, you know, what am I gonna do with what I had gotten because I got so lucky on the first day of ladder, right? So I just traded for 10 Shakos, and I just said, hey, first 10 people in the stream, I'm giving you a Shako if you want one. You know, a week after ladder reset. That's every once in a while I do something like that. I don't play online a ton, and usually a few weeks after ladder or a month or two. So make sure you guys hit that like button for me, yeah? What's a holy grail? Appreciate you, Biff, hitting that link for Wispy Potato. But a holy grail is essentially, it's a self-imposed like magic find challenge to where you just try to find all of the unique items in the game, and some people include all of the runes. Some people even include all of the rune words, like making all the rune words, finding every unique item. You can make it kind of sort of as hard or as difficult as you want to, but it's just a self-imposed for fun like farming challenge, MF challenge in D2. So I just have one item remaining, Tyreals Might. 2 lives. Yeah, it is kind of weird that like Shako, you sell it to Charcy, it's worth like 3,500 gold. Random blue armor, or random white armor even, 35k. Random garbage helmet, 35k, you know. Liberish, I don't know if that's true. A polearm iron golem? Could be. I can't prove it's not. Smulps, yo! Welcome in. Shah Elrune. Had a friend back in the day that had so many SOJs he farmed that he could spell SOJ in the trade menu. Are you sure he didn't dupe them all? Or trade for them because people duped so many SOJs back in the day? I couldn't say for sure, but that would be my suspected. I had I think I had 110 or 120 SOJs back in the day at one point. Not that I found them or I duped them, but I just traded for them, and people would trade like, if you could easily dupe like 50 SOJs, you would just trade like 5 SOJs for like some garbage item, you know what I mean? So yeah, there was a point where and guess what? They all poofed out at some time. Eventually they all poofed. So, Sean, I appreciate you. Too kind. Can you find Tyreals Might from Diablo? No, you cannot actually. Sometimes, depending on the day when I'm farming, if I'm like just like, okay, I don't care about this and that, I just want to try to do things that'll help me find Tyreals Might. Sometimes I actually skip Diablo. Even a while ago, when all I needed was like the rarest uniques. I really wanted a Griffin's Eye, and I was farming in the Cast Sanctuary. And this is when I actually, this wasn't even that long ago. I just assumed Diablo could drop Griffin's Eye. Someone told me like, dude, he can't even drop it. Why are you acting like you're getting excited like he could? And I'm like, what? Yeah, of course he can. It's only level 80. Is a Griffin's 82 or 83? I'm like, of course he can. He's level 94. But half the time I don't even understand how the treasure classes work and the treasure class caps for act bosses and stuff. But I looked it up, and sure as bleep, sure as crap, Diablo couldn't even drop Griffin's Eye. Weird. Jaeger, you assumed it was legit. I would say I would be shocked if it was legit. So for me, for instance, I personally may have found probably less than 10 SOJs in my entire life. 10 Stone of Jordans. Maybe right around 10. So if he found like 50, in a matter of a couple of months or something, I would not. How do I word this? I don't believe it. That's how I would word it. I've found, maybe we'll call it 12 SOJs in my whole life. Before I became a full-time Diablo 2 YouTuber, streamer and stuff, I had only found one SOJ in my life. And it was like in 2003 or something. Randomly in a cow game. So, I think your friend was blowing smoke, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe. Bald cap treadmill Monday, yeah. I can't believe I've been sticking to this, shtick for so long that people still really think I'm bald when I'm really just wearing a bald cap all the time. It's crazy. If you can't find Tyreals from Diablo, what are you doing here? The uniques and stuff in the Chaos Sanctuary can drop Tyreals Might. Actually, the seal boss is like Desace right there. He cannot drop Tyreals Might, but the regular unique monsters in the Chaos Sanctuary, they can drop Tyreals Might. It's a very weird quirk of the way the game's designed that the little tiny unique, like this guy right here, he could drop Tyreals Might right here. This guy. But the seal bosses and Diablo, those four, they cannot drop Tyreals Might. Atux, what's going on? Yo, yo, yo! Let's go! Mantis, what's up? Solo offline Novasork is cooking, he says. Nice, glad to hear. Love that character. 1 ist or 2 miles away from my first call to arms. Call to arms is a huge benefit. Huge. Oh no! What? He never gets punched down like that. That's weird. That was weird. Usually the melee attacks don't do a lot. Yeah, I could just, maybe I'll just start skipping Diablo with the speed of this character taking him out with. I have them usually set up not to in single target like that. It's usually or keep moving in the. Maybe we'll just go to the. Yeah, I go to the pits all the time. Let's not. I'll stick here for now. In the old days, deleted my save files, reinstall of Windows. Had to hero edit it back in. Makes sense. Yeah, accidental deletion of characters. I had a character get corrupted, and I don't know what happened, but somehow my backup files all they were just gone. I couldn't even explain what happened to them. The file was like Diablo 2 backup file characters, and there was just no files in the folder. They were just gone. So my sorceress got corrupted on D2R here. This happened like a year or two ago. I had to go back to my old live streams and watch myself scroll over the inventory and stuff, and watch myself put the character together and stuff from the week before when I was looking at stuff, and recreate all the gear, like the exact defense I had and the crafted caster elements that I had in the inventory and stuff. That took me like 8 hours to do. CTA or Infinity? I mean, Call to Arms is way cheaper. I couldn't imagine that being the choices that you have between. Like you have two Burr runes. Burr, Mal, Burr, Ist. So you need the Mal and Ist for a Call to Arms, and you need the Mal and Ist for Infinity. Boy, I don't know for sure what to tell you between that. I mean, Infinity's way more damage for all the casters, pretty much. But I mean, Call to Arms is literally every character needs one. Maybe not a barbarian, but every other character that's not a barbarian. So I guess it's if you need to survive, make the Call to Arms. I would say make the... I don't know. Either way, getting another Mal and Ist shouldn't take you too long. So, I mean, you can just run the Countess. Literally like 4 hours running the Countess, and you should get a Mal and an Ist. Probably. So just make them both, to be perfectly honest. Unless there's some other issue for why you can't make it. Or you have to use that, that Ohm rune to cube it up with a bunch of other stuff to make a bird and make infinity or something? Not really sure. You only have one ohm. Well, infinity doesn't need an ohm. Unless you, like I said, you have to use that ohm rune to cube with a bunch of other ohms and lows or something to get up to a burr, maybe. Huh. Call to arms or exile? Oh, I'd call to arms 10 out of 10 times. 100 out of 100 times make call to arms instead of exile. Like, I've never even made an exile on here, and I have multiple fortitudes, multiple infinities. Like, exile is like, it's good, but like for the cost, I mean, I don't know that it's really almost even worth it. It's unnecessary. So exile just style points as Axel Strife. I kind of agree there. I think gotta grab more beers, says John. Well, cold beer on a hot day, I get you. In there 3 items the seal bosses can't drop. I'm not sure exactly for the seal bosses what they can and can't fully drop. I know that they can't drop Tyreals Might, I know that. Anything else for the quote-unquote seal bosses, I'm not sure. In the Chaos Sanctuary here. I know Diablo, there's like all kinds of weird, like, I know for a fact Diablo cannot drop Griffins. And I know Diablo cannot drop Tyreals Might. So I'm guessing there's a bunch of other things, like, probably, and I don't know for sure for Diablo, probably like D-Web and probably like Mengsong's Lesson Diablo probably can't drop and stuff, so. But I'm not 100% sure on that other stuff. I just know. Specifically Tyreals and Griffins, he definitely can't. Oh yeah, I was gonna skip Diablo because it's so slow. I forgot. Liber should never made Phoenix or Exile. Phoenix is freaking nasty. Phoenix I would actually kind of recommend make if you can afford it. Like if you're making a full account of a bunch of different characters and you're deciding if you want to make it or not. Even just having the Phoenix for like a Jabazon to keep your mana up perpetually. Fire Sorks and any fire build, just all that. It's awesome. Definitely not Eric, yeah, for sure. Awesome. Snow Pro, yo! How many times you gotta see Tyreals inbound? Every time I stream until I find it? Snow Pro, come on. Gotta make exciting titles. Keep people on their toes excited, you know what I'm saying? Man. Snow Pro make me feel like I'm at the players hater ball right now. Hate, 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 hate. Hate, hate, hate. That's such a funny episode. Chappelle show back in the day. Skunk Cave says he feels an anti-perfect incoming. What? Why would you think that? Anti-perfect Tyreals Might? I'd take it. I would take it. A lot of monsters out here. Another champ. These guys, I think this is all 85 out here too, so this bro could drop me Tyreals Might maybe. Why am I on 7 and not 8? So offline single player Wispy, offline single player has the same drop chances for items on 7 and 8. So on 7 there's no motivation to raise it unless I specifically wanted to get the maximized most amount of experience, which I care very little about. Yeah, John says I got to keep hope up for finding Tyreals Might. Right. I'm trying to talk myself into believing, right? Believe! Listen, RNGesus. If I find Tyreals Might, I'll never lie again. I promise. Guys, quick. What prayer should I use? I don't know. Don't know. Daily dose of hopium, right? Yeah, I mean, hoping for Tyreals Might is probably better than sitting here hoping they're going to rebalance uniques in Diablo 2 or something, am I right? Clibberish, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that last comment that means. Oh, you think you're going to get anti-perfect when you roll a call to arms. Now I got you. Okay. Hey, why do you got to instantly drift over? Ooh, he actually dropped the item. Like, he instantly drifts over the out of bounds. Of course he does. Gotta feed. You got a tortoise. That's interesting. Pet tortoise. Cool, cool, cool. Elrune. That's what I was hoping for. Better chances of wishing for something more realistic like a dragon. Nice. Barthemus. Nice. Let's see, if you roll a good call to arms, let me know and I'll wait till tomorrow to roll yours. Well, no, you gotta roll yours before his, because if he gets a good one, that means he's taking all your RNG. Oh no, Lord Destace group doing work over here. Unbelievable. Emilio, no! Unbelievable. Nightbot, what's going on? Love that guy. This Nightbot guy, he never misses a stream here. Crazy. So if you're enjoying the stream, hit that like button. Yeah, make sure on YouTube y'all hit that like button. We got 216 between Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate you guys joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Liber says, feed the tortoise if you know what I mean. Is that a real thing? Uh-oh. Did I just get duped? Feeding the tortoise is a euphemism? Like when someone says they're dropping the kids off at the pool, they're not really taking their kids to the pool? Uh-oh. I just got duped. Opno says when you find Tyreals Might, then you'll find it a bunch after. Right. I'll find the Tyreals Might and then like... Ooh. I mean 25, 10 attack rating. It's kind of okay, but I end up never using that stuff. Yeah, then I'll find one like a week later. I'm like, here, I'm doing a playthrough randomly, and I'll just like randomly find one just coming down to Diablo or something. Oh, I forgot I wasn't going to take out Diablo. But he's halfway down, so let's get it. JV says, I've been looking for 12 hours a day for Tyreals Might for like years. We got a good feeling. Good feeling about this next run, huh? No, I don't play that much. Honestly, I probably play... Like, after ladder reset, I probably play more. But I only play when I'm streaming pretty much nowadays, so I probably play like 10 hours a week, to be honest. Ten to 15 hours a week, depending. Don't wanna play too much though. Tyreals Might for a merc. It's not really used. It's just the rarest unique in the game. So a lot of times it's the last item they have left. And mine's no different. And it's been the only item I haven't found for a very long time. And every single other item on the Holy Grail I've found probably at least 5 of everything else. But I've never found Tyreals Might. At least 5 of everything else. I found 3 Mangsong's lessons in the same day one time. I've found 10, I believe it is 10 Templars I definitely found a bunch of D-webs because I've thrown out probably like 5 D-webs. You know, why do you don't need to keep 10 D-webs on single player, am I right? So, just a combination of very, very rare to find, and I feel like I've gotten kind of unlucky as well. So, 33. Yeah, Varthmus, you probably ain't wrong. That thought jokingly came through my mind. I mean, if that happened, I would, like, cry. I would probably give up it. I would honestly just stop. Like, I would just give in and say, okay, there's something wrong with my game install, and it's just not going to happen. Fatal Injury said he played old school RuneScape for 14 hours just yesterday. Yeah, wow, nice. I haven't had like a whole day to play video games like that in a long time. I mean, I could make time, of course, but I don't really take time away from, I don't know, the other things I do, I guess. Like, I cook dinner pretty much every day for my family, and you know, obviously I have editing and stuff to do. Some other stuff. Guess I'm just making excuses. I could play video games more if I wanted to. Barthmus said Llama logs a ton of hours, comparatively speaking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he streams, what, most weekdays? And he streams, like, I would say if I seen Llama, like if I seen the VOD later and he streamed for less than like 5 hours, that's like abnormal. I don't know for sure how much he streamed, but I'm saying that's kind of why I noticed. It's quite often 6 hours, sometimes even like 7-8 hours and stuff. Like, yeah, I stream, if I stream over 3 hours, people are like, Phil, what's going on? Is your family all right? Did you forget something? You supposed to go pick up your kid or something from school? Or Gotcha, Varthmus. Yeah, sounds about right. But yeah, I don't. I can't. Well, I guess, like I said, I could just sacrifice other things to do it, but I don't. I guess. That's not really no excuse on my part, though. To be honest, I just feel like it's the amount of years I've been doing this, and just a little bit unlucky, I think, is for me. But we feel cooking channel. No Sweetfield cooking channel. I do got a fancy football channel if anyone's interested in that, but no cooking. I thought about doing like almost like a comedy cooking channel, but I decided not to do it. I thought it'd be like kind of easy content, sort of, but in kind of like would appeal to a wider audience, perhaps, you know, but I ended up not doing it because, like just kind of I would do, like, weird things. Like, you know how you could, like, a couple of the ideas I had at the bat, like, you know how you could, like, do burgers where they're, like, stuffed with, like, cheddar cheese and jalapenos or something like that, or you just, like, mix in, like onions with the ground beef and stuff like that. I just thought, like, do some funny things, like you do like a Sour Patch Kids cheeseburger or something, or like, you know, I don't know, just some weird funny things like that where it'd catch people like, what? He did what? You know, kind of things. So or even things that are just like I already know are awesome but people wouldn't see, like this one bar by my house used to have, if you went there enough and you knew who was working and stuff, you could get, it was called pizza fries. And it was like amazing. And it's exactly what it sounds like. French fries, you drizzle some pizza sauce on it, you put cheese and pepperoni on top, and then they bake it in the oven like nachos, kind of, sort of. But we just called it pizza fries. And it was awesome. That bar I'd go to all the time because it had dollar beers on one particular day of the week. So I went there all the time when I was younger. Clickbait cooking videos. Hey, I didn't do it, but I thought about it. Clickbait? I mean, what is clickbait really? If I did a video about a weird topic that people wanted to click on, is that clickbait? I mean, geez. That's a real wide definition of what clickbait is right there. Wide definition of clickbait. Jordan. Come on. Got me some slack here. Michigan regional dishes, yeah. I can't even remember. I just tried thinking of it. I can't pull the name. That one like donut thing that's a Michigan thing, but it's actually like Polish, but I forget what it's called now. A pasty? A pasty? I don't eat them, so I don't know, but could do like a gefilte fish salad or something. Gefilte fish pizza. Are potato chips on a sandwich as good as we remember them from when we were kids? I already know the answer to that video. Yes. What is the best chip to put on a ham and cheese pizza? Cool Ranch Doritos, regular, potato chips. First episode has to be well done steaks, maybe. The channel that turns anything into sausage. Oh, you know what, Vivi? I actually did see that like a long time ago. I haven't watched it in so long. I watched a couple of videos of it, yeah. It's probably got like 8 million views nowadays, so. Sour Patch Kids burger. Yeah, it would go over great. Right? It'd be nasty, but. Fritos are the best on the sandwich? Ooh, maybe. Chili cheese Fritos on a ham and cheese. Chili cheese Fritos are the goat, so. Punchkis says Rivero. Speaking of Polish stuff. Yeah, another thing I don't really eat, but oh, hold up. Oh my gosh. There we go. Struggling here. See, Punchkis, they usually have they're just like jelly filled donuts, right? Could you just like put sausage in them and it'd be like a sausage punchki? Or would that just be a different thing? It's like a Hot Pocket. Could be. Flamin' Hot Cheetos on the Crunchwrap Supreme. Legendary. Egg and sausage punchki. Not another name, it's a punchki. Trust me. I'm an expert. Okay. If you're a cold stork, you want to run really fast? Yeah, yeah. That'd be cool if it was a fire one, actually. Do for a blaze sorceress, run even faster. Be awesome. We'll hang on to her though. A little extra, even it's not much. Walk, run. How much does that help you? Help you get through town a little faster, I guess. But Chakra said I don't have the title of the game in my stream title. I mean, at this point in my Diablo 2 career, you don't really have to do that anymore. Lava chicken, I don't know what that is. Lava chicken, nope, don't know. Danklin, he misses about the Midwest is the Polish food, he says. Okay. I don't even know what that Kalskin is. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. And I live in Michigan. Maybe it's a word that I know it, but I hear it, but I've never seen it spelled or something. Could be one of those opinions, but no, James. He was talking about the title of my live stream on specifically YouTube. It doesn't say Diablo 2 Resurrected in the title, so he was like poking fun at the fact that I don't know what I'm doing because I didn't do that or whatever. I guess. Not be sure exactly, but. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Pathless said he thinks boiled food is what Polish food means. I don't know. I never thought about it. I'm not really a true expert on that kind of stuff. I don't really delve into a lot of that stuff, I guess, to be honest. Maybe I should look into it. Do Polish food, is that like well done steaks? Is that kind of what they, or no? Because if it's not, if they cook their steaks medium or something, medium rare, I don't want anything to do with it. So go Lions! Ooh, James knows how to play to the streamers, favorites, huh? Appreciate you. Yeah. Where is this? Let's go. Like that. Any games or just D2R? I rarely play any other games anymore, to be honest. I just, turn into an old man. Don't have a lot more time to, So, do we feel hair care channel? I feel like you're poking fun of me about being bald there. But then I'd have to not see. I'm wearing a bald cap all the time. I'd have to take it off more often, and it's really hard to take off and put back on. I usually just wear it a lot, so I don't think I could do that. Don't think I could do that. Pierogies are on point. Oh yeah, those pierogies are Polish. I guess that's true. We just had pierogies like 2 days ago. So I guess I do like Polish food. I mean, pierogies are pretty basic though. If anyone doesn't know, it's pretty much just like a big noodle. It's just like kind of like a noodle that you put like cheese in or like mashed potatoes or something. And then you like fry it in a pan, kind of, sort of. So it's nothing too far off the beaten path, you know what I mean? Hassan just found Tyreals Night, huh? First time in 20 years. Congratulations. I wonder if mine's right around the corner, huh? Basically ravioli. Yeah, kind of, I guess. Except you like fry it in a pan instead of, boil it. I've never really seen them with meat in them, though. It's always like cheese and potato and stuff, but I guess you could probably make them with anything, huh? Like pizza pierogi. Oh! I just invented Italian-Polish fusion pizza pierogies. Let's go! You put cheese and pepperoni in them, and then you dip it in marinara sauce. Oh my gosh. I'm about to be rich. Nobody steal my idea. I'm about to get these things. You're going to go to Walmart pretty soon. They're going to be in the frozen food section. Pull them out of the pack. A little oil in a pan. Ooh. Pizza pierogies. I'm about to be rich AF. Retirement coming. Axel saying that Moonbeast is hype. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I kind of wish I could play it more, but I don't know if I can really take the time to play it more. With, I got a couple of different appointments the next couple of days, and of course I need to do what I need to do to make money to pay the bills, of course, because I, you know, not exactly a rich guy here. So yeah. Kind of wish I could play it a little bit more. Pretty much every day I played that Moonbeast game, I liked it a little more than the day before. To be perfectly honest. BS says, literally from Poland. Lots of good stuff. Yeah, very, very well could be. A lot of the stuff that, like, that people were naming off, I don't like anything sweets related, so that's what any of the donut-y things I don't really like. But I know there's a lot of other stuff too. There's kind of a good-sized Polish community in Michigan, so it's kind of, I don't know what you say, perforated the culture in the area. Perforated, is that the right word? Whatever. I don't care if it is or not. I don't need to do that. I'm going to the next game. Can never, Blue Jeans, can never get enough 7MF small chimes. Yeah, there's literally a part in Detroit called Greektown. There's a Greektown casino. That's a little bit different, of course, but there's a Mexican village in Detroit. There's a... Yeah, it's actually... Detroit's actually very segregated, sort of, kind of. In some ways that are okay / good, in some ways that kind of probably aren't that bad, right? Or aren't good, but... You don't make millions from streaming, says James? Shocker, I know, right? Shocker, I know. Don't forget, like button, YouTube. You're telling me having 165 people on YouTube you're streaming to, and a few on Twitch, that doesn't make you rich? Shocker, I know it doesn't, but I ain't complaining. Got a pretty good life, so can't complain. James says, meniscus tear to CD Lamb? I did not see that or hear about it. Let me Google this real quick, because that's kind of... How did I not hear about that? I seen some video or something, but then I didn't know what it was or whatever. Inactive Lamb takes hit, draws penalty? What? He tore his meniscus, or did the ref tear his meniscus? Because none of the articles I was reading said anything about Lamb being injured, so the headlines I'm saying. There's a Greek town in Chicago too. Interesting, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know about that, I guess. Boy, speaking of like a Greek town or whatever, I got dropped into, if anyone knows it, when I used to play, I haven't played in a while, but GeoGuessr. I got dropped into a place and there's all this Chinese writing and stuff, and it looked very Chinese looking buildings and stuff with the tiered roofs and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. This has got to be like Taiwan or something, you know, places where they have, you know, Google Maps, but it looks like Chinese. Or maybe it's actually, there are a few trekkers or different type of cameras in China in certain cities. I guessed over there and it ended up being in Toronto. It was just in one of those Chinatowns, like Chinatown, Toronto. But it looked, everything everywhere just looked like China, like Asian. I was like, oh boy, that worked out great for me. Just got wrecked. Can rare items have 3 skills? So rare items can have, it cannot have like 3 sorceress skills, but rare items can have 3 to, like, let's say it's a sorceress orb. You could get like 3 to blizzard, 3 to, you know, lightning, 3 to nova, stuff like that. You could get 2 to a character skill or 2 to like a skill tree. But you can't get 3 to a skill tree or 3 to like sorceress skills. But a blue item you can get 3 to a skill tree, which is how you can get, like, some people look for 6 to tornado, which is essentially 3 elemental skills and 3 to tornado blue helmets. So rares cannot though. The burnt out car on the side of the street. It says pathless. Oh, wasn't that in, that was somewhere in Russia or Ukraine or something like that. Or I think, or was that just somewhere, I don't remember where that was. Somewhere in the the greater Europe area, I guess we'll call it, yeah. It was just in the middle of a normal town, just in the road, just burnt out. And it was not, like, still smoking or anything, like they just happened to drive, it was like it had been there for a little bit. Just in a normal town. So weird. I forgot about that one. Pathless with a deep cut. Marco, welcome in. Josh S. There. Not sure exactly. I'm not great on valuing myself. Maybe someone else can help him out. Because he wants to know for 5 tokens if he could get a burr. Yeah, I'm not sure what they go for. If tokens go for a Vex or an Ist or something. 5 for a burr might be a stretch, but I don't know for sure. I just don't know. Srodex Polish food, says James. Is that, like, I'm from Michigan, are you, and I assume you may know that. Is that a place from Michigan? I've never heard of it, but I mean, that type of name of a, you know, Polish name, I don't think I would really remember, even if I had been by it or whatever. See, Axel says ex-wife was Polish, lots of cabbage, potatoes, and sausage. Gained 60 pounds. Hey, boy. Unfortunate. All around, I guess. Glibber says all the Druid Peltee IDs, because we were just talking about skills on stuff. It's all like 3 to maul or 1 to hunger or something, yeah. True story. I do have a couple 5 NATOs from rare pelts, but how long have I been? An hour. I've been walking for a little over an hour here. I think we'll just call it a day. I mean, I'm at like 300 calories. Just been casually, you can tell I'm not walking very fast, but I feel okay. But I don't want to feel not okay, so I'm gonna just give me like literally a minute and a half to move this around. You'll see me moving a little bit and stuff like that. Let's get this out of the way and lower the desk. And down we go. Printer cam would be a nice transition. I do gotta get that reset up better. I don't know why I can't get it at like the right angle on the stand. I should get it fit up sometime. Get it set up mo better. Okay. I think Parker thanks whoever gifted him a sub. That was probably the other day, huh? Friday? Yeah, James, not gonna dox myself. Nope, nope, nope. I do know where Sterling Heights is, though. Anything crazy today? Not really. Couple skillers. That's probably about the best, to be honest. Nothing much. Shako? I did get a Shako, didn't I? Pathless, how far am I from Micro Center? A little bit. Korun. You want me to tell you exactly? You could take a string and a map and then draw a circle, and you know I live somewhere on that circle. I'm half joking, but it's not super close, but it's close enough that I could drive there if I wanted to. Like if I want to go to Micro Center today, I could just go there. Oh, what the? Thanks a lot, chat. I'm blaming that one on Pathless specifically. That was your fault. That was your fault. GeoGuessr for Sweet Phil locations. Places Sweet Phil's talked about being before. GeoGuessr map. Legendary. That's nice. Alright, let's see. Here's a pretty good one. Yo, yo, yo. Poor boys. Yeah, no Tyreals might yet. Oh! If I had one more magic find. Oop. C Park has been running cows, he says. And Chaos Sanctuary for Ethereal Man Catcher. Got 5 sockets, 1 socket. Mentally chalked. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, I usually never never hunt for one specific base like that. I just magic find, hope for the best. But don't forget too, you can find ethereal ones that have no sockets in it. Do the cube recipe, and then you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting 4 open sockets. So it's another opportunity. Also, I'll be perfectly honest. It's one of those things too. I kind of say this a lot of different stuff that, let's say hypothetically, I know technically with the crushing blow and the attack speed. Oh yeah, man catcher is supposed to be the best. But somebody who had a man catcher infinity on their mercenary, and you had a perfectly decked out character like this, Enigma, Shaco, you know, Heart of the Oak and stuff, like character or something. If I took off your man catcher and put on an ethereal thresher infinity, you would never know the difference. That's my take, so I wouldn't stress about it too much. Just get a good base to use. Don't make it in like a you know, a lance or something, but just smash that like button, fellas. Shouting at you from Twitch to smash that like button. There we go. Just some guy said he got a bunch of dings on the Grail today. Nice. Congrats, congrats. I'm happy for you. Lost 88 hardcore classic whirlwind barb. Ooh. Never want to hear it, but guess that's the chance. That's the chance you take. That's the exhilaration that you're looking for from playing hardcore. So I guess you hate to hear it, but it is what it is, huh? So they say, is what it is. Hit all them poppables. Got a Griffins, you say? Yeah. Oh, I don't want this to be ethereal for you. Okay. The amount of time you spend clicking on stuff, if you just spend that killing monsters, you'll be better off, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though. See, JV went regular Sith, rather regular Sith, and not Scythe, Sith. Remember that. Regular Skithy. I actually put mine in a regular too because I can't remember. I kept trying to find one a regular, like an ethereal one, to use for self-wheel at Infinity, and I just kept not getting one, and I just said, forget it. Like, who really cares? Like, the non-ethereal one, I mean, strength and dex is 41, you're always going to have more than that on a character, really, so... I just said, forget it, and I just made it a normal one. John says lies about CD Lamb getting hurt. Yeah, I don't think CD got hurt. I think the ref got hurt is what happened. I'm not sure though. Adventure of Mike said he got the crazy Griffin's drop from TZ Diablo, because usually Diablo cannot even drop Tyreals, huh? Oh, we just got to the end. Okay. Is there anything up the side here I didn't explore? Yeah, okay. OG Duriel, welcome in. John says there's cowboy haters making up stuff about CD getting hurt. Maybe you misunderstood his comment, possibly. Lahale saying Ja from a random corpse. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen, but I don't click on things just randomly. Maybe I will, but if you actually spend the time to go click on everything, it's definitely a waste of time. Unless you, like, kill monsters just excruciatingly painfully slow. In the same time you could click on one poppable, you could kill a pack of, like, 15 monsters and have a better chance of finding stuff. Unless, like I said, you kill stuff real slow, then maybe the poppables would be worth it for you. Parker saying TZ, Meth, and Cow is back-to-back today. Really? That must be later, I'm guessing. I mean, let me take a look at the map. Oh my gosh, look at it later today. The Halls of the Dead. This one's so-so. It's listed as green as being okay better like the Flayer is, but Trav, Bloody Foothills, Frigid Highlands, Durance of Hate, Secret Cow level, down to end out the day here. My goodness. My goodness. Ooh. Look what's Chaos Towels on Wednesday. That's the time I usually stream too there, so I could be doing that Wednesday. Oof. I might have to stream Thursday. Right here, Flayer, Trav. I might have to just do an hour stream for here. Oh no, that's Friday. I usually don't stream that early on Friday. Like this is right now on Friday. I might have to do an early Friday stream or like a 6-hour Friday stream, huh? Chaos right here, right there, all the way down to Chaos on Friday. What's going on here? Oh, that's my monitor. Oh, my monitor moved. That's what happened. How about that? My bad on that one. Where are we at here? Sorry, I was getting a little chatty chat. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'll grab that link. I'll put it in the YouTube chat. A few different people were asking about it. I'll just copy paste it. Real quick here. I'll just put it into both chats in case anybody didn't know about it. But oh wait, why did it not? I just messed up. So for online, there's quote-unquote is kind of one, but it only shows the Terror Zone right now and the next one. So you can just see like, oh, next hour, this is coming up type of thing, so. Level 30, struggling to get more levels to kill Bale. So Pure Are you... It depends if you're online or not. If you're playing online, you gotta probably, if you want to get experience to level up, you gotta hop into games with other people to get experience. If you're offline single player, what I would do is crank the players count up to like as high as you can handle, which should really be, and even if you can't, try your best and try to kill some stuff. Crank it up to P8 and just farm Eldritch over and over again is what I would recommend doing. And the only instance I would say do something else is if you're a Fist of the Heavens Paladin, which at that level would be maybe unexpected, but yeah, just P8 Eldritch, just spam it for like in like an hour, you'll be level. You only have to do it for an hour, probably. Probably in a half hour, you'll gain like 20 levels. Well, you'll probably get to like 45, I'll say, actually, in like a half hour. Because at some point, you'll just stop getting good experience because it'll be too high. By the time you're like 45, I would probably go do Bale and just move on to Nightmare anyways, but... That's like super easy, no problem way to do it. Pathless says Pindle. Pindle could work too, yeah. I usually just do Eldritch because it's, you know, you don't have to run as far, you got the waypoint. He's, those skeletons out there, if you don't kill them fast enough, they charge you and just blast you down. But it's kind of right there too. The same idea. Same idea. Sure, no problem. No problem. Matthew said he gave away his mosaic setup on online ladder. Just said good luck. Well, that's nice, yeah, I suppose. If it's nice, yeah. John says 6-hour Friday stream for the win. Maybe. I can't promise you that I won't do it. Friday. Why do I feel like I have to do something Friday morning, maybe? Friday. I have to go look at my... No, I got tomorrow morning. The morning after that. Maybe I was just thinking about maybe doing something Friday morning. I don't remember. Boy, those birds are annoying. I wish I got the double Flayer setup, you know. Yeah, forget this. I don't like all this stuff going on. G-Stack says always forgets about doing Eldritch and Shank. I'm so bad. That's the only way. I'm so easy. It's so easy. Holy Fire Zealer. Oh yeah, Eldritch is primo for you. You could go to Shank too. There's a lot of monsters down there, but I feel like you don't get nearly as much experience from them. Something about it. I think all the monsters around Shank aren't actually technically minions, is why. I think they're just normal monsters. Pure City's used to like public games where you could level from 1 to 80 in a day. Gotcha. Yeah, it won't quite be that fast, but... Ooh, this looks like the double roll. Oh, and we all know what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, unidentified Stone of Jordan. All right, let's get this ID'd for y'all. Here it comes. Dun, 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 dun. We got to stand in a better spot. We all know. We'll ID this first. Stone of Jordan. Thanks a lot, chat. It would have been a Stone of Jordan, but why does I feel like my... You know what probably happened? You know what probably happened? I think when I raised or lowered my desk, the cord pulled on my camera and like turned it a little bit. I think that's what happened. I need to get that locked in, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Let's go! True story, we almost got it. Every unique ring's a Stone of Jordan until you identify it, am I right? Science. Good old science. Fanaticized Dragadin. I've never done that Dragadin thing just because it is a lot of stuff that's takes multiple rune words that take several high runes to make. I don't really play ever because like it's hard to justify making those rune words, you know. Some stuff like that I've tried like where I'll just hero edit it in and try it out for maybe a video or something, or just for funsies one day, but that's one that I never actually did. Oh, ethereal maybe? Nope, but still a good boot even if it's not ethereal. So 54 poison res, a little on the low side. 154 defense, also low. I think the strength is low too, so I think it's a bad roll. Good boot, but not a great roll, I believe. Oh well. Oh well. Burno, welcome in, by the way. Sorry I didn't see your comment there a minute ago. Welcome in. You missed a thing on the ground back there? Maybe. Thank you for the $5. The walk-in with the slaying. Thanks for the super chat. You legend. Appreciate ya. What did I miss, G-Stacks? If I see it before I get to the end of this terror zone, maybe I'll go back. Was it like a small charm or something? Parker switched from traps into mosaic. Feels like you're cheating. Yeah, I've heard that before. Mosaic feels like you're cheating. I have heard that. It was a well done steak. Ooh, you're really trying to get me to go back, huh? Well done prime rib. Can you ask for prime rib to be well done at a restaurant? Is that possible? Or is it not even possible to get? Probably not possible. Jeez, thanks. Don't unsubscribe, everybody. I'm just joking. These are jokes. They're jokes. I can't. I'm not going to talk about how I eat my steaks. Don't want to offend anybody. Don't want to offend anyone. Noxious, first single player Kira's. Congratulations. All that res, all that. Well, can I be frozen? All of it. Congrats, congrats. Extra charge for well done. Yeah. 45 minutes of the cook's 45 extra minutes of the cook's like time to cook it to well done. So I thought the way that prime rib was made or whatever, I thought it wasn't even like possible to get it well done. To, you know, I don't really know. I've never tried. I just thought about it there for a second. I'm like, wait a second. Smeagol saying, got Immortal King set? No Shaco yet. That one's not too surprising. Most everything's pretty common. The armor's a little bit uncommon. Kind of uncommon. Pathless says, yeah, the prime rib extra ketchup. Yeah, I mean, extra ketchup? I mean, can you just get the normal amount of ketchup? Not be ridiculous about it. Not be ridiculous. Of course, up here, found his griffins in the Flayer jungle. Congrats on that. Love to hear it. Danklin said he's calling the police. No! Good thing you don't know where I live. I'd be getting arrested right now. Pure, congrats, says Eldritch. Key to leveling. Yeah, you probably get like at 30 P8 Eldritch, you probably get a level, probably for 5 levels in a row. Every game you get a level, probably. Then it starts like slowing down a little bit, but to a half level per game, and then like a quarter level per game. Managed to kill Bale in Hell. Royal Shots says Lightning Sork and single player. Pretty low damage. So regular lightning. So I'm assuming no infinity and stuff like that. Kind of lower level. They're actually for lightning without infinity and stuff. It's a pretty tough kind of go for a lot of things. You'll be Eldritch and Shank, maybe Pindle, but sometimes you'll be immune to lightning. A lot of times with any lightning build, it's clutch for farming like keys. So you can do the Countess, the Summoner, Neolithx, sometimes immune to lightning, but sometimes not. So maybe you could go down there and blast him, and then if he's immune to lightning, you just save and exit, go back down again, because you can teleport so fast, and the maps are really easy to read if you... There's actually only 3 maps you need to remember for Neolithx, which is kind of crazy. They're not as random as the different acts. Act 5 is, so. Adventure says can't kill Hell Ancients. It depends on the build necessarily, but if you're having that much trouble with it, look up. I don't know that I did a video about it necessarily, specifically only that one. I can't really remember for sure. I've kind of made so many videos in the past, but look up Invisible Wall Ancients trick. And I'm sure somebody has a video about it. About how to make the invisible wall. And then you can like cheese the Ancients and take them out really easy. As long as you have a ranged character. A character that does some sort of ranged damage, so. BB says, I have a video about it. I thought maybe, but it's so hard to remember, like I said, if I did for sure. I don't know what it's called. I don't have the link for it, so yeah. I think I did a tricks to beating Ancients video, so it's probably in there, huh? Probably. Double Spirit Blizzard. Oh yeah, if you're Blizzard, you're pretty much kind of golden. It's gonna be way better off if you have some sort of secondary as well, though. Like a lot of times people will put like 4 or 5 points into like Hydras or something, so you can take out the 2 of them, and usually 1 will be immune to cold, and then you just sit back and drop a bunch of Hydras across the screen, and it'll take them out slowly but surely. Found my video. There you go. Love to hear it. Ladder reset tips and tricks video, Parker says. Oh, okay. I do have a Ancients tricks, but I don't know. I might not have put that invisible wall in the video. In the tips and tricks for Ancients video, because there was one I made like 5 years ago when I don't even think I knew about that actually at the time. Yeah, I think the Ancients made easy one if it's the one. Let me click on that. How old is that video? Classic thumbnail from 3 years ago. I might not have even put that in there. I'm not sure. It's hard to remember from 3-4 years ago. And then this other one from another one from 3 years ago. Other Ancients tricks. Huh. Hard to remember. How many videos have I made? Jeez, Biff. Oh, it's probably in this last one Biv put. Noobs do this. Noobs do this is what classic. Just classic. That's one of those enraging thumbnails to get people to click on. Good old large charm. Hard pass on that. YouTube's blocking comments, but they're showing up on the screen. Interesting. Yeah, because my, like, stream preview is, like, so small I can't really read the comments on it. Huh. I would say, what comments are they blocking, but I guess you couldn't say it, huh? That's weird. Degenerate is chatting, but his messages aren't showing up in YouTube chat. Huh. Yeah, did somebody... Man, why is my channel randomly banning people? It's weird. I'm trying to think how stuff like that could happen. Can you guys, are you guys allowed to, like G-Stacks or Biv or something, are you guys allowed to unban people? Because if you are, obviously Degenerate can be unbanned. If not, I'll have to do it after stream or something. You think it's a oh, with it showing up in my chat, but not in the regular chat? You think it's a YouTube thing now? So the mods can ban people, but the mods can't unban people. That is weird. That is weird. Let me see how fast I can... Oh, dang, the problem is... How do you do the thing where you search a section? Is it like Windows I or something? Oh no, that's not it. So if I click in the area where people's names are banned, like all of the guy that the person who should not be named, there's like 1,000 of them. How do you search that section? I forget what it is. It's Windows or it's like Control I maybe. I don't remember. Or is it? Mono says, Iceman says he wishes me many wives and hopes all is well. Control F. Hopefully someone's not messing with me. Ah. Oh, that's not the right. Wait, why? Huh. It's like not working. Oh, that's not the right spot. I'm so stupid. Never mind. What? Why is this not working right? Oop, let me do that. Whatever. One more try. One more try. I don't know. It doesn't. It either shows that there's no one with that name in the block list, or I'm not sure. He's being marked as spam for some reason. Oh boy. So yeah, sorry. Sorry, D-Gen. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just something to do with his name, like they updated the moderation or something on YouTube, and Like maybe just like the word degenerate is like now considered like a banned word for some reason or something. Boy, I don't like this roll on monsters. Hoppy frogs and birds. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I could do. I was trying to see if I could, while I'm streaming, turn down... Yeah, I have the stream literally set to comments on, moderation, none. So it's not even like YouTube moderation or something. That's weird. It's now showing him in live chat. Okay. Yeah, because I don't see him. I haven't seen any of his comments yet, so I'll trust you. I'll trust your judgment, though. Is it really degenerate, or is this someone that copied his name like people used to do all the time? That's been known to happen in the past, huh? Look at Phil. Foen! We're trying, we're trying. John said I had to switch as well. Maybe I missed part of a comment there. My apologies. Nothing on my end, okay. 0 timeout, 0 hides. Interesting. It's his fault, huh? I'll take that. I'll tell you what, I won't worry about it. Winged axe, whatever. We'll look at it even though it's not ethereal. Just in case. Anyways, G-Stack's broke it. Yeah, Mustang's probably right. Probably was G-Stack's fault. Can't explain how yet, but probably. Oh, little dusk. So, it's either going to be telekinesis, teleport. It's probably the only two it can be, so it's one of those two. Glacial Spike. 11, 10, 12. At least the percent cold damage is the highest one when it's a cold skill, at least. At least. But nothing I'm gonna need here. Let me turn this fan off. I'm getting freezing now. Freezing. Everything is so degen. I mean, I can't. Yeah, it's not like an uncommon word. I was just trying to think of. It wouldn't be the most unheard of thing for YouTube to like start like banning something for a ridiculous reason. Am I right? Wouldn't be the most unheard of thing. Doesn't happen all the time, but. Yeah, it might be YouTube. Your username's not shown. Yeah, so apparently YouTube is like discontinuing people's quote-unquote username as being their name in live streams on YouTube now. Now your like handle is now your username for when you're in live streams for some reason. That's why everybody has an at symbol before it for some reason. I have no idea what the purpose of them doing this is. Besides somebody trying to justify their job, but it's some new update apparently that I was unaware of till I went live today, and people are like, yeah, according to Google it says this is intentional and this is their new thing. Great. But yeah. JV says he got a Nova one the other day with 15 to lightning skills. Yeah, that would be one you would kind of sort of hope for, am I right? But I always get the number of times I get telekinesis on an Ormus is just crazy. Yeah, very weird, very weird. True story. so many birds everywhere? When it's terrorized, it should be mandatory. All flayers out here. Just that. Harris, welcome in. Hammerden or Wind Druid? I mean, I would say I would rather play Hammerden, and it's definitely better. But that's just kind of a personal preference. Not a big Druid fan. I play it sometimes because I play a little bit of everything, but not my favorite. Wind Druid's still pretty good, though. A bunch of nerds. Nice. Yeah, I assumed. You put needs every time, but you know what? I'm so gosh darn intelligent I could figure it out. Usually I don't. That's kind of the joke, but usually I'm like, a bunch of needs? I don't understand. Can you explain? Snipe, okay. Parker is no longer. Now you'll hence be forth known as Snipe. Man, hate all these birds in here. Jeez. G-Stack said it's cold in your basement. Yeah, it's I'm sure you've heard this story before. G-Stacks, but when it's the hotter it is outside, the colder my basement is. I don't have like what do you even call it? When parts of your house like have different heating and cooling controls. I just have one thermostat in the middle of my house upstairs, and it just blows cold air, and I have all the vents down here closed, but it's still like just a little bit leaks out of the vents, out of the like where the air conditioning and the heater all come together, and it like leaks out in the basement a little bit, and it's just freezing down here all the time. So yeah, you call it rich? Yeah, could be. I don't know. All my friends used to make fun of me. Haven't talked to them about it in a while, but they're all like, "Well, you don't have a Nest thermostat where it has different room?" I'm like, "No. Like, how the bleep do you have that?" Like, God. Yeah, Pathless. That's Google is full of bleep. YouTube's bleeping. I'm definitely no. I don't even know who would I even message, but like, if I can figure some way out to complain about it, I am going to complain about it because it's terrible. This whole thing. So instead of people's usernames being whatever they wanted it to be, now it's like some ridiculous thing, and they have to go in and change some other thing now that they didn't really give a crap about. So dumb. Tell mom to turn off the air. Well, it's not even like the air's... I keep the air conditioning... It's set at 74, I think. And I mean, upstairs, that's not even cold. Like, it's not that cool. It literally feels like almost warm. But I don't want to turn it down more because it'd just be blasting. It already runs like all the time. So, like when it's super hot out. No basements in Texas? I wonder why that would be. I would think they'd have basements in Texas all the time. Because, like, basements underground, it's, like, just inherently cooler. But I know a lot of times it comes down to, like, what the ground is made out of? Is that the right way to say it? The geology of the area? I would think Texas would be primo, though. It's not like... I wouldn't picture it as, like, muddy, soft clay soil or anything. I wouldn't picture it as... you know. Huh. Someone says some do. Cheaper not to do a basement. I mean, I guess so, but... It is cheaper to build a house without a basement, but... I don't even know why, but a lot of houses in Michigan have basements for some reason. I know there's a lot of, I think it's the East Coast, like Massachusetts, like that area. Like a lot of the houses don't have basements from what I remember hearing, which I forget the reason why. Something to do with how the ground is, you know, the geology or the ground of the area or whatever, so. Someone said Vegas doesn't have, most houses don't have basements. He thinks it's something with the water table. Maybe. Evil Scully talking about Texas said yes, some do though. Some have basements. Yeah, just weird. Axel says same with Louisiana. Oh, did I? There we go. Now Louisiana, I could see not having, like Louisiana, Florida, like places like that. I could easily see not having basements. Like your basement would be below sea level, right? So, Evil Scully said when he built this house, they had the option to put in a basement, but chose not to. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why, but for whatever reason in Michigan, it's just like super, just not all houses, but it's, I bet you, just anecdotally from my seeing or whatever, probably 80% of houses have basements in Michigan, like the city area of Michigan, like the suburbs and stuff. I don't know about like the UP and stuff like that, but. G-Stack said basement at the granny's house used to, they had boar beetle infestations. He dug out to get rid of those boar beetles, like, what, must have been in the crawl space under the house and just decided not to fill the hole in. Yeah, in Michigan, they have a lot of things what are called Michigan basements, too, which are essentially like cellars, but the door comes out into the house instead of outside. So my great aunt that lived like by my parents, she had what was like a Michigan basement where half of it is like they had the washing machines down there, but then the other half of the basement was just like a crawl space. Like they essentially had a crawl space under the house and they dug half of it out essentially and then took some concrete down there and concreted the floor themselves and, you know, whatever. And then my parents' basement was actually like that. They dug it out underneath into a Michigan basement and then they like cinder blocked the walls and everything and made it into like a more basement-y basement, I guess. But they dug it out after the house was already there, so. Yeah, G-Stacks. That's exactly what my parents did to their... Well, my great uncle, my parents bought their house from my dad's uncle or whatever, and he did that stuff before they bought the house, so. But yeah, the same thing, same exact thing. I used to be in my gaming spot in the basement of what used to be a crawl space that they dug out into a basement after the house was already up. Kukuro, welcome in. Yo. Welcome in. Pathless says clay soil, shallow frost line. Shallow frost line. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I know what clay is. I guess clay would keep the water from, you know, draining away, so it would just end up sitting on the wall and like draining through the walls essentially. That'd be a no bueno, no good. Someone said they thought they heard colder climates basements. Kind of checks out. That's kind of what it is, but I didn't really think... You know, it's one of those things when you just live somewhere forever. You just... Don't worry about it. Mr. Superior Monarch? I don't know how far back it was, because sometimes I get behind in comments. I'll check real quick. Oh, it must have been up over here. I'm not sure where it was. So, not a huge deal. Unfortunate. Maybe it's right here. Grimskithy. Nothing up here. Nope, don't see it. Don't want to spend too much time. Because a spirit monarch, like a superior spirit, I'd never use it anyways, but kind of a cool highlight, I guess, you know. It could be a normally valuable item or whatever. JV says a lot of Canadian houses have basements. Get under the frozen soil line so it's warmer. It is kind of one of those things that a basement is like cooler in the summer and it definitely doesn't feel warm, but supposedly it's supposed to be, you know, not as cold in the winter too. Personally, when I was getting a house, I was like, yeah, we'll get a basement that's not finished because unfinished basements don't count towards the square footage of the house. So they could, like, you could get a little more for the house, but not like, if my house had an extra 1,000 square feet, it would be like $250,000 more. You know? So that's why I was like, yeah, give me that. GOOOO saying, taught his doggo a new trick. Goes under your legs, stands there to ready to protect, huh? Legendary. The little puppers learned a new trick. Nice. Warlock said he had a storm hit in the winter, the power went out. It was 39 upstairs and 47 in the basement. Well, there you go. I guess that is a little bit warmer, huh? Yeah, I guess I think of, like, how cold it gets in the basement when I'm down here working and streaming and stuff. But the thing is, too, is, like, I block off the vents in the summer, so, like, less air conditioning air comes down here, and I don't unblock it in the summer. Or in the winter, I mean, to let the heat in down here. So, it's really cold down here in the winter too, but I actually a couple times I unblocked one of them. So the thing is like it gets kind of cold upstairs in the winter. My house is kind of older and there's kind of the windows aren't the newest, and I did redo the insulation in the attic, but like the insulation in the walls is original to the house from my house is built in 1961, so I'm sure it's doing a great job. David T, welcome in. Winter in Michigan winters be brutal, says Danklin. They're really not as bad as they used to be anymore, to be honest. The whole, you know, everything getting warmer situation. We don't really get the snow like we used to, and pretty much it seems like every time it snows, like, within a week the snow all melts because, you know, there's, like, days when it's, like, 45, 50 degrees out right after it and stuff, so. I mean, I'm not much of a snow person anyway, so I don't care too much, but Get your car real dirty all the time. The constantly wet roads from snow melting. What's up with all these earthquakes? There's like 2,000 earthquakes a day in the world or something. Yeah, it's just because there was one giant, huge earthquake in Russia. It's the way the algorithms work on the internet. So if people click on earthquake stuff, and then they click on stuff that's like clickbaity earthquake stuff, then people are going to make a bunch of quick clickbaity earthquake videos and clickbaity earthquake articles and stuff about all the earthquakes. There really isn't anymore. I mean, there could be a few more, but it's not like crazy out of the ordinary. It's all internet clickbait type stuff. Pretty much everything in the world, you never want to, and this is my opinion, whether it's any type of news or anything, you never want to look at individual articles and be like, oh, it looks like there's a lot of this stuff going on. Looks like there's a billion plane crashes. It looks like there's a billion earthquakes. It looks like there's a billion immigrants coming in the country, killing everybody. You got to look at the overall statistical data for, like, you know, full years and stuff, and like make your decisions there. Because the way the internet algorithms work, they'll try to fearmonger people into everything. You know, oh my gosh, the rapture's coming. Look at all these earthquakes. You know, like, so. That's my take. If you want to think something else, feel free. But that's me. YouTube hasn't fixed the full name bug. Apparently it's not a bug. Apparently that's the new feature, Trash. This whole everything like that, you know? That's the new feature on YouTube. They want to do that, apparently. But they would never do that, no. Yeah, outrage is what the algorithms on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I mean, whatever sites have the algorithms, they're all rage bait algorithms, you know? Rage bait! GOOOO says there's a Japanese prophecy about a great EQ, like a great equalization coming in this year, you say? If that's what EQ stands for. I mean, I know it does for music, I guess, but sound. You said, John says it just seems like there's a lot going on. Yeah, and I hear about a thing here and there, but I don't follow the day-to-days of, like, individual earthquake volcano eruptions and solar flares and stuff like that, because I don't follow the day-to-day with, you know, crimes and stuff. I don't follow those Facebook groups that post any criminal activity that goes on in your neighborhood and stuff, or your area, your city. Because I feel like that kind of, you know, following the news on that granular of a level really messes with people's minds to think that, like, crime is really bad, much worse now than it used to be and stuff like that, when all crime statistics in the United States are like this, straight down, for the last, like, 30 years, so. That's just a way I live my life, just not to get all wound up about individual things, but just see the trends and what's going on, and see, someone said vamp gaze. I might have missed the context there. Hopefully I didn't miss something. Pathless says his D2R skills have him ready for the rapture, because I made a joke about, like, the rapture coming earlier. Nice. G-Stack says rapture? He hasn't even caught all the Pokemon yet. Well, I guess it won't happen until at least you finish that, I promise. Can you watch me on Kick? No, I tried streaming on Kick for a little bit there, Kukuru, but streaming on multiple sites the way that I do it, I guess, is like a big issue. Every single site has like a different bit rate that you have to stream to them to. I don't know if you noticed or not, but yeah, like on Twitch, I stream at a higher bit rate. My VODs are all 1440p on Twitch, but when I live stream, it'll only show them at 720. Like, they punish you for streaming your stream at too high of a quality. But so Twitch's maximum bitrate allowed for 1440p streaming is only 6500, but you can actually finagle it to get up to 8500. But the minimum bitrate allowed to stream in 1440p on YouTube is 8000, I think. But you can stream up to like 25,000 on YouTube for like super high quality streams or whatever. But it's so essentially I have to make my YouTube stream worse to stream in a higher quality on Twitch. So don't care about the quality. All right, I wasn't sure, but yeah, I was just kind of shouting that out. I wasn't sure if I don't know. But yeah. Over under if the world will end before Phil's Tyreals might. Ooh. I don't know. The 356. Let's get out in this jungle a little bit more. Mono saying, hopefully Michigan doesn't rock a blizzard, sorceress. Yeah, hopefully it's not too cold in Michigan this year. And the thing is, too, I don't mind it snowing. I don't mind it snowing, to be honest, that much. I hate when it's like below freezing. Like, if it's like 25, it's not too bad. 20, but man, when it's like 1, rough. And it was I don't think it was super recently, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. It set the record for Michigan for the most consecutive days under 0 degrees in a row or something, and it was like, or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was below 0. It was like 50 something days in a row. That's just rough. It's so depressing. Going outside is just, in my opinion. Oh, hold up. Still talking about cold weather in Michigan, but we pulled an absolute classic, and that's the pull rune. We don't need to worry about that garbage cold Sunday. Those drop all the time. Pull rune. Oh yeah, and I'm talking Fahrenheit, by the way, not Celsius. So negative, like 0 degrees Fahrenheit is like, isn't it like negative 10 or something? I don't know the math. I don't know how to do the math, but I'm talking Fahrenheit, not Celsius, so. Yeah, cold Sunday while talking about it being cold, yeah. I always forget that there's so many people that watch me that are from other countries, so. Well, not always forget, but I remember at the last second. Ooh, perfect. Of the anti-variety. You're a person from Michigan talking about cold, you have to take a drink. Yeah, there you go. That's like a Friday night stream type of situation there. Kukuru, no, you're all good. You're all good. Nope, nope, nope. You're all good. 0 Fahrenheit is negative 17 Celsius. So there you go. Yeah. So 0 degrees Fahrenheit, that's even warmer. Probably like 10 degrees Fahrenheit is like real cold. But like, man, when you get down under that 0, it's real bad. I ain't remembering these calculations. We got smartphones that tell us everything. New Hampshire deal with cold weather anymore over humid weather, Alan says. You'd rather have the cold than humid? Yeah, the unfortunate thing is in Michigan it's both cold and humid. Whoopsie. It is both cold and humid. Hell much hotter, right? Good old jail barracks. Why don't we just do some little old pits? Happy to see me because you work 7 days a week. Let you catch a stream. Working 7 days a week. It's a lot of days. Hopefully raking in that money though, Kukuru. Kukuro. The meteorologist for Act 4. Easiest job. Yep, gonna be hot again. Let's see, where's the pits for this character? Over here? Oh, there it is. My map's a little bit extra transparent out there. FOH really does just absolutely wreck the pits. Just wreck. Yeah, I would say FOH probably, Fist of the Heavens probably clears the pits faster than Hammerden. If played good. Right here I'm not playing very good, but just because they're weaker monsters that get cleared quick. So the extra AoE helps out. This is a really bad pit map though. I hate these pit maps that loop around like that. You see what I'm talking about. But I probably just never felt. I probably don't run the pits very much on a paladin. Ah, Kukuro saying you help out with the disabled. Oh, okay. Mighty generous of you. DV Hunter, welcome in. Don't forget, not just DV, but everybody, make sure you hit the like button for me on YouTube if you could. Just reset the seed. Yeah, I don't remember why I didn't. I couldn't imagine what map I have on a paladin, you know what I mean? That I would really care to keep. There probably isn't one, to be honest. Can anyone think of a map that I would be thinking of that I would want to keep for a paladin? Like a Chaos is always the same, you run with a paladin. Veil runs don't matter too much. I mean, I wouldn't worry about an Andy or Meph map, really, would I? I don't know. I would save, like, I used to have a crazy map for my Sorceress that had crazy good Andariel and Mephisto maps, but, I mean, would I really even care for this? Like, that's one eternity away anyways, but who also kind of cares? This is an eternity away as well, but who really cares? I'm trying to think. Maybe I will just reset it. This isn't even a demon or undead, so I mean it's fine, but who really cares about Thresh Jacket? This isn't even... Wait, hold on a second. Oh, this isn't even... You gotta go up here. No, it's a garbage map for everything. Yeah, I have a great Trav map. That's a good point. If it was a Hammerden or a Zealer or something, you had a good map for this, maybe. Very, very small chance of possibly. While I'm here, I'll just take him out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to reset the map. It's a good point. I do not like that pit map. And I do run the pits once in a while. An excellent swampy pit map? Maybe. Yeah, I'll just do it. Forget about it. So yeah, anyone wonders about resetting maps, you just go to a different difficulty and come back, and then you're going to have a different map seed, and you'll have a different map, so... Yeah, there really wasn't anything good about that map, really. Maybe I had a good Treehead Woodfist map or something. Maybe. Oh, this one goes out. Good job, Phil. Pro. I was probably, the last time I ran the pits, I was probably resetting, and I just, like, decided not to, because I probably kept getting bad maps all the time. DV says they do it for China first, but they could do something for us too. It's kind of comes along too when people were saying about how they're like rebalancing uniques and stuff like that. It's the first thing I've thought of, and I knew people would be pretty mad about the things they did for China, but they're not going to do anything unless they can make money for it. You know what I mean? And like by money, I mean they can't make like $4 million or something. Like if you're going to devote like capital to developing anything or fixing or changing anything, you got to make like tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And of course, the Chinese audience, opening up the D2R to billions of people, literally, that can make them a lot of money. So that's kind of why I'm not surprised by that, sort of, kind of. Like, it's just like, just very logical, really. In my opinion. I mean, is it something that I love? I mean, I guess not necessarily. I'm kind of anti-change guy, though, so... What's my favorite YouTuber movie? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Kukuru. Like my favorite, like, YouTuber that I watch? I don't know. I just watch a lot of fantasy football stuff, and... I don't know. Just double check and make sure. I didn't see the way down, which means it should be like right here or something. Yeah, it's kind of a lame map where the way down is at the start instead of the beginning, or it's at the beginning instead of the end. I don't really like that at all. This is the kind of pit map you don't want, where you come in and then the exit's like right here, because then you got the whole map that's just like you aren't going to want to teleport back across this whole thing every time. So we'll reset it again. Link it? Like link my favorite fantasy football page or something? I mean, I guess I could. I mean, I don't even know. What is even my favorite fantasy football page? I guess I never miss Sal Vetri. His videos are pretty good. I don't always listen to what, you know, he makes the videos good. I don't always do what he says, but you're not familiar with fantasy football? Sure, I'll pull it up for you, why not? I'll send you a link to his Landon on the Eagles if he stays hurt. I'm not sure. He must be a lineman, I'm guessing. I'm not too familiar with all the lineman names in the NFL, so I'm not 100% sure there. But I have to assume it's a lineman. It definitely does. Recent years, I've been more and more believing that the lineman, how good the offensive line is, really affects way more than what people think, you know? Everyone thinks like, oh, their receiver got this many yards, but really lose like 2 offensive linemen. All of a sudden the quarterback can't get the ball to the receiver, so the receiver does worse, you know, like... And definitely for the running backs, for sure. So Aaron, I see you don't like the music. It's not the... They're all different songs. So I'm just going to put you in timeout for 24 hours to let you cool down. You said the same thing about 4 times now. You know, a couple times that I had seen. So I'll just go ahead and put you in timeout for a little bit. About swearing at me to... you know, yelling at me to turn the music off that I like to listen to. Let's put you in timeout. Ran right behind the lineman you were talking about for 700 yards. Yeah, see, here's another one that's not that great with the... I'll have to reset it again. Mono says his fantasy for football is the Lions will win the Super Bowl one day. Yeah, same here, I suppose, but... One day. Maybe. Ogre, do it. You can do it. Come on. Zeal charge is pretty cool. First half of the marathon stream is done. Oh no, I'm not streaming for like 6 hours tonight. Or that was like a different day or something, wasn't it? Oh, late. Man, that lineup later is so crazy. Trav, Bloody Foothills, Durance of Hates, cow level. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. That's actually the second person I had to put in time. I didn't ban him, I put him in timeout. But when people are yelling at me, turn the damn music off, it's so stupid. Like, what am I... I'm just gonna... And he just hits it, he just pumps it into chat like 4 different times. Like, what am I gonna do, you know? Like, I'm not turning my music off, sorry. And it's not this... It is not music on a loop, it's... They're all different songs, so... I mean, I could turn the music off, but I don't want to. I mean, it's not very loud either relative to the game music and stuff and me talking. The music is very quiet relative to the game sounds. Like, that's like the... Biv, I don't remember who it was that commented back at me too, but about once a month I get somebody who says, they go, your videos are too loud, turn them down. And I'm sitting here like, dude, I don't control the volume on your computer. Or on your phone. Turn your volume down. I don't control the volume, you do. Probably once a month I get a comment of somebody saying my music is too loud. Or my videos are too loud. I'm like... They think I control their phone? Or their headphones or whatever? Or their computer? Like... I don't know. But I'm not complaining too much. Sometimes I'll get off on a tangent, but I don't want to do that, so. Beatdown King, welcome in. Yeah, it's just... I'm not going to go too much, but yeah, it's wild. And somebody commented on it, they're like, yeah, I see these comments once in a while. I don't really get it. And I'm like, I don't either. You get them all the time. And I'm like, I know. I don't know. I don't get it. Oh, there it is. That's a good, nice and... Oh, I didn't reset the map. Oopsie. Let me reset it again. Mantis said he's one of them that replied in the comment the other day. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't remember who it was or whatever, but it's like... I don't know. I just was like... It's too loud. It's literally like at least once a month. That somebody says, like, the music, or the sound... They just say it's too loud, and it'll be on a video where it doesn't have any music. It's just me talking. I don't know. How do I feel about it? That's whatever. I'll find one eventually. DV. People never happy. It's crazy sometimes, Christian. Yeah. True story. You've been playing a lot of D2 lately, says Beatdown King. Should hop in a little bit more. Sounds like a great plan, if I ever heard one. Great plan. It's gotta be right here, huh? Lions have the 5th best odds to win the Super Bowl right now. I didn't know it was that high. Yeah, they definitely got a chance, man. That their best chance for the Lions was that year they lost to San Francisco, obviously, in the NFC Championship when they were up by 17 at halftime. And then the series of unfortunate events after halftime that was just insane. Or maybe it was just before halftime. The face mask touchdown, where it bounced off the defender's face mask directly into Ayuk's arms, and then just like Montgomery didn't fumble all year until that exact point, and then I forget what else, but there was like 5 different, you know, all of a sudden we would go for it on 4th down and just couldn't get any of them when we did all year. There was other like unfortunate things besides just like we tried to get it and couldn't, but I don't remember them all. That was painful, but oh well. Oh well. Lions probably a 10-win season. Yeah, I'd put them right around 10 wins. They had a few more than that last year. I feel like the division got better. And I actually feel like if they lose a few games during the season, I think it's actually kind of like better for them. Like, if you ever heard the saying, like, steel sharpens steel, I think when you just, like, bulldoze everybody, it doesn't make you as good as you could be, you know? You lose a little bit of edge when you're just, like, messing around, doing dances, you know, handing the ball off to, like, a pulling, like, offensive lineman and stuff like that, just messing around. Well, it's good to keep your players happy while doing that stuff. Also, just blowing people out, I think, is actually bad for keeping you focused, you know what I mean? Man, see, this is why I don't reset the maps enough, huh? I'll just keep resetting it for another hour until I get a good one. Once again, we got the exit over here next to the entrance, which is suboptimal. Go Steelers? I don't hate the Steelers, but I don't, no offense, sir. No offense. I don't have high hopes for the Steelers this year. I forget if it was you or somebody else that was going all in on the Steelers, a different stream too. It was probably you, I think I remember you, but, Arthur Smith, boy, you guys are gonna love him. You're gonna love Arthur Smith. Oh, I missed a small charm. I do pick those up, but if I miss them, I don't go back for them, because it's usually not good. But I would identify it, but if I missed it on accident. Whoopsie. We'll just let her lay. Snipe said pretty excited to see what happens. Yeah, definitely pretty excited for the Lions to start up. The 70-yard field goal was nuts. Yeah, wasn't it like some random practice squad kicker too who did that? Who kicked that 70-yard preseason field goal? Kazanaki. If I had to pick one, it's kind of tough, I guess, but I guess I would say the Sorceress, and probably the Nova Sorceress is my favorite, but tough to pick. Angry Gaming is says da Bears. Yeah, I think they got a little better. Hard to say with the new offensive coordinator. You know, they got Ben Johnson. I'm semi-familiar with him. He's probably... Ooh, man, a couple packs right next to each other. You know, he's pretty good. We'll see if he can be head coach material, though. A lot of times those offensive coordinator guru guys don't do the greatest at head coaching. Sometime, once in a while, but not a lot of times, I feel, anyways. Maybe I'm just being anecdotally biased, but... Oh, I didn't reset the map, I forgot. I was going to do that. I don't wish bad things upon him, with the exception of the Lions are going to beat their butts, I hope. But, yeah. Pathless as Bears train wreck, maybe 3 wins. They're going to have more than 3 wins, but it's kind of funny. D-Web on ladder. Definitely you got to trade for it. Finding a D-Web is super hard, so just uncommon to find, so. Browns are winning the Super Bowl. Raced as an optimist over here. Okay. The pit is not far from the waypoint, so that's good. Josh McDaniels, Pathless, Snipes says is one offensive coordinator that wasn't great as a head coach. A good example. See, Mike McDaniels doesn't seem to be making it happen in Miami. So, we'll see. Yeah, our division, it's the NFC North, right? With the Lions, Bears, Vikings, Green Bay. Tough division, you know. I feel like every team got better this year. Maybe the Lions didn't get, quote-unquote, any, like, better per se with personnel, but all the other teams, I feel their personnel got better through the draft and whatnot. Maybe this one, how far does this go over here? Maybe we could get away with keeping this one for a while. The Lions kind of stayed the same. So we'll have to see what happens, but... But yeah, the Bears coaching, I mean, the thing with the Bears is their coach, Ben Johnson, has to be better than the... Was it Eberflus? Was the guy's name? Something Eberflus? I really think that was his name. I'm not joking either. Sounds like a made-up name, kind of, but boy, he did some really dumb things last year. So he's got to be better than that. Oh, Pathless. Yeah, no one's better than Matty Patty. Matt Patricia. Ooh. Bengals could win the Super Bowl, Matthew. I'd say they'd be up there. Their defense is super bad from what I hear, though, so... Angry Gaiman kind of said what I just said there. He said, better than the old wet blanket of a coach they had talking about the Chicago Bears. Fishaholic says the Lions aren't even going to make the playoffs this year. I would be shocked if they didn't make the playoffs. There would have to be so many, like 5 injuries. Which is possible. We had so many injuries last year, but still went like 15-2 or whatever. But Noxious said the Bears had Ken Wisenhunt at some point. I know the name, but I don't know why I know the name. Eberflus, the DC of Dallas right now, defensive coordinator. Okay, I'll take your word on that one. Yeah, he just single-handedly biffed like several games, and as a coach, you can't make mistakes really. Like, you cannot make in-game like strategic mistakes like that. Chicago. That's how you say it, right? John says Bengals not a stretch, but they need to sign Hendrick. Was he offensive lineman for him that they don't have signed yet, or I'm not really sure on that one either. I know way more about fantasy like relevant players, and I know the linemen are like relevant or whatever, but you know, people you actually draft and stuff. I mean. Ooh, well, a little bit, but I don't care too much. I don't want to worry about that. 423. Defensive end, says John. Okay, yeah. Well, their defense, I heard, is pretty bad, so yeah. They definitely would need him if he's that good, so. 634 CTA, reluctant to re-roll. I would never re-roll a Call to Arms. Just make, if anything, make another one. Don't re-roll it. But that might have been what you meant, maybe. Time to cube up to an ohm to get a Call to Arms. Mantis, best of luck. Pete Carroll left Seattle. Called that when he was going to get coaching job within a year. Did Pete Carroll go to Las Vegas, I believe? Noxious? I think so, but yeah. Super Marte, what's going on? Thanks for the kind words. Yep, he went to LA. Took Gino with him. Wait, where did I thought it was like really close. Oh, it's right here. I went right past it. What a dumbhead. This isn't too bad of a pit map. We'll keep this one. Thanksgiving was painful against the Lions. Rar. Yeah, that's the one that comes to mind, and I just chuckle. There's like 35 seconds left in the game. They don't get a snap off. No, I think there was 25 seconds when the guy went down, and they didn't even get another snap off for the rest of the game. That's not. And I think he got fired the very next day, didn't he? That's terrible. That's terrible. You can't have a coach do that. Yeah, this is player 7 right now, by the way. Do I feel the D2R updates coming? Do I feel them? We'll see if any of it happens. Is what I'll say. We'll see if any of it happens. See, Wizenhunt. That's another one of those names that I know sounds familiar. Obviously a coach, but I don't know who he coaches or whatever, so. Diadem. Unfortunate. Not quite unique. Griffins are always hyped, right? Griffin's eyes. Delete Mosaic, says Matthew. I'm on board. Major buff to Mosaic incoming. Boom. Either one. Either buff it or delete it. One of the two. No, Pathless. No scoop. They don't talk to me. I'm just a jag. I'm a jag. Just a guy. So, what do you want? I guess there's like 5 left. Lions lost DC and OC. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I think we'll be okay because I think a lot of it. I think we'll be okay, but yeah, don't really have a lot behind it. I just think a lot of it is like Dan Campbell's leadership more so than the play calling, and then especially too watching the quarterbacks thing on Netflix and some of the stuff Goff was saying and this and that about some of the plays and stuff. Maybe they can probably keep it together, you know? It wasn't just all Ben Johnson. And I mean, the defense, I mean, people said that our defensive coordinator did a great job considering all the injuries and stuff like that, but I don't know. I can't imagine that, I don't know. Maybe our new defense coordinator could be worse, but 267 on the Magic Find at the moment. Oops. 297, I mean. I had my call to arms out. Whoopsie. Noxious said one of the time management was a problem for Holmgren back in the day. Yeah, I mean, I feel like nowadays, games being so close and everything, and not like they weren't back then too, but, I mean, coaches just can't. You can just have yourself, a lot of coaches have literally a clock guy. They have a clock time management expert that they like consult or whatever. They have a time management coach right next to them that tells them what to do all the time. Like, man, if I was a football coach for everything like that, I'd have a guy for everything. I would have a statistician guy right next to me, like, you know, what's the percentage odds of going for it on fourth here and there, or blah blah blah, relative to a field goal and this win percentage for teams that go for it. You know, they could pull that stuff up instantaneously. The clock coach, I'd have a guy for everything. I wouldn't know how to do nothing. I would just be a guy who delegated everything to everybody else. Marty, what's going on? Yep, still going. You didn't miss the Sacred Armor yet. Unfortunately, looking 4:30. I'm going to start getting dinner ready for the fam and stuff here pretty soon. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and hop off right now. Unfortunately. But I do appreciate y'all joining me. A few super chats, few channel memberships early on. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting the channel. Twitch Prime subs, all that good stuff. It's no joke. Literally. I couldn't do it without all y'all's generosity and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much. Also, thanks everybody for just hitting the like button, watching the videos from the start all the way to the end. That actually helps out a ton, watching the videos all the way through. So, with that being said, peace out, you slayers. Ooh, and good luck on all those drops.